Hi, it's Tony Robbins. Listen, if you're a person who's given birth to an organization or an enterprise, if you're a small, medium, or large business owner, if you're one of those people that's had that vision and that passion and the courage and the guts it takes and the discipline to just make it through all the ups and downs and challenging times that it takes to create any business or organization, and you found a way to not only survive, but succeed and maybe even thrive in these economic times, then I look to you as a brother or sister on the path, and I really congratulate you. Think about it. Today, most people think business is the last thing they want to be involved in. Or they got in it real easy. They thought, oh yeah, I'll do better than my boss. I'll run my own business. I'll start my own business so I can have lots of free time. How's that been working for you so far? If you're in business right now and you found a way to succeed in the current environment, or even if you're thrashing about trying to figure out what to do to stay afloat, then you're a person that obviously knows what it takes to make a business successful is a hell of a lot more than just the desire to make some money. When you look at people that are the most successful in the world in business, and I've had the privilege over the last 30 years of having associations and mentors from people that are extraordinary. People like Steve Wynn, the multi-billionaire who basically rebuilt Las Vegas from everything from the Wynn and Encore Hotel, Bellagio. I mean, literally he changed the business a couple decades ago and helped it to grow and bring a different marketplace there. He built that business not so he could just make some money. He certainly wanted to do that too. But he had this passionate desire to create an experience for people that would be like nothing else they'd ever experienced anywhere on earth in their life. You meet Donna Karan, and you find this woman who, she wasn't just trying to figure out how to make money, she was trying to figure out how to make women feel like they'd never felt before in clothing. Or my buddy Tony Hsieh, who started out in this little place with his partners up there in San Francisco in this little rented house or apartment, and built Zappos. And he built Zappos into this unbelievable online retailing machine. But the whole philosophy is, how do we make customers raving fans? How do we make their lives happier than they've done? But doing business with us makes their life better than anywhere else they could possibly be, not just in buying shoes or clothes, but feeling that they're really cared for. The reason I bring this up is this kind of passion, this kind of drive, this kind of hunger probably is where you started in your business. Or if you're a leader in the business and not an owner, and you really care about it, you must have that same feeling of wanting to really make a difference in the world, to bring something you believe in that's valuable to your clients, to your customers, to this world. But as we all know, that passion and hunger is not enough. It's got to be backed up with strategies that are effective for the current times. The world is changing so rapidly. There was a time when you could use brochures and just salespeople, but in the world we live today, you've got to have a whole different system of how to really get customers to seek you out. We've got to be able to master multiple ways of communicating, and we've got to be able to inspire these customers to seek us out when they feel like they have unlimited choices in the world, at their fingertips, at the web. We have to know how to run organizations more efficiently today than ever before, and yet still keep our people incredibly inspired. And we have to learn how to be able to adapt to changing technology and constant changes in competition. That's why today, think about it. In the old days, the latest statistics are from back in the days before a recession, when all of a sudden in those days, any business, half of all new businesses were gone within 2 years. In fact, in 10 years, under the old statistics, 96% of businesses die within 10 years. That's after they made it over the hump, supposedly. Only 4%, only 4 out of 100 survive. And today, it's even more intense than that. In fact, in recent years, we've seen multi-billion-dollar companies that have been around for 100 years disappear overnight. So it's the most competitive environment we've ever been in business, and yet it's the greatest opportunity you've ever had. And I'm not saying that as Mr. Positive Thinking with my big smile and enthusiasm, because if you know anything about who I really am, I'm into what's smart, what's intelligent. I look for smart solutions. And that's how I've been able to be successful in my own businesses, not to mention develop a brand that's #1 in business and personal development turnarounds. You want to turn around an individual, an organization, I'm the guy that gets the call. And I've been able to not only apply that to other people's businesses, but frankly to my own as well. And I've done it by modeling the best that exist. You can't figure out all the answers yourself. There isn't enough time in the day. So what I learned along the way was successfully use clues, and I've got to find those best practices, those best tools from the people that are at #1, the ones that are thriving in the most difficult times. In fact, if you want to know what's made the most successful businesses in the world so successful, take a look at their history. They all got strong during the most difficult economic times, and in fact, there's a huge list of the most successful companies in the world that actually had their birth in a recession or even the Depression. Companies like CNN, Microsoft, or even Fortune magazine all began in those environments. And that's your opportunity today. Your opportunity is to get strong when everybody else is afraid and pulling back. I'm about smart solutions, figuring out what is that difference between the business that grows geometrically in difficult times and the guy that can barely survive even when economic times are going well. I mean, think about it. You know, a guy starts a business, a software company, a hamburger stand, whatever, and you come back 15 years later and it's all the same stuff. The guy's barely surviving, struggling, working hard. He basically has a job, not a business. But then someone else started business that same time, and you come back 10 years later and they've got 60 locations and they sold their company out for a multi-million-dollar return for themselves. They have financial freedom. You know, what's the difference? I mean, is it the product? Joe's Hamburgers might be better than Ray Kroc's Burgers called McDonald's. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing, it's not the product. It's not the service. It's the entrepreneur. And I know in your gut you know that the growth of your business is tied to the growth of the owner or the leaders of this organization. If you grow and your team grows, you know you can face anything. Every one of us who's been in business knows for a fact that you can have the worst product in the world, but if you got the right people trained with the right psychology and skills and strategies and focus and passion, they'll find a way to make that product work or they'll create a new product. You get the worst team with a killer product and they'll destroy it, no matter what the product or service may be. Ultimately, the edge, what changes any business, what makes a business take a problem and turn it into a breakthrough is leaders. Leaders with psychology and skill. Because we both need both to be able to succeed, and you know it. You can know what to do, but if you can't make the psychological shift to attack the marketplace and find the advantage in the middle of what everybody else sees as a disadvantage, then in business, you're out of business. This is a ruthless place, we all know, but it's also the most rewarding place in the world for those who have the guts to make it happen. And if you're still watching me, obviously you've got a hunger for more. And I just want you to know, this is my real passion. You look at our economy today, you know, the people that are going to create new jobs, this jobless recovery that we've all gone through, the people that are going to create those new jobs are new businesses, young businesses, business owners, small, medium businesses. That's where most of it's happening. And we work with people in all those categories, and we want to make a difference with you as well. So I've used these tools, by the way, not only to do large turnarounds in companies that I'm sure you've read some of the results of, but you can look at my own companies and how I've dealt. I've run more than a dozen companies, and like yourself, I've started them from scratch. A couple of them I bought out of bankruptcy and rebuilt, and I've done them in industries as unique as hospitality, the top resort in Fiji, top resort in spa. We won all these awards to, nutraceuticals with Twin Labs and Metabolife and companies of that nature that I took, purchased with my partners, turned around and moved out. I built the #1 brand in my television area, and I built the #1 brand in the coaching industry. So I know how to apply this stuff. By 39, I had the privilege of taking one of my companies public and on day one, seeing a $400 million growth in my personal net worth. I know how to do this stuff, but I put together a team that's beyond just myself because we want to make a difference for you. And so we built Business Breakthroughs International by assembling an extraordinary team, myself and my partner, Chet Holmes. Chet worked with Charlie Munger, who you probably know as Warren Buffett's partner. He worked with him for a long period of time, building up 9 of his divisions. And Chet is personally responsible for doubling sales in those divisions on an annual basis. He wrote The Ultimate Sales Machine, which is a bestseller that you may have seen as well. And he's got just incredible skills from a variety of industries. And then I've recruited along with Chet 15 others of the best I know of in business growth and business turnaround, as well as some of the best entrepreneurs that are part of our team. And we developed a series of tools to help you get from where you are to where you really want to be in your business. If that interests you, if that's something that you'd like to take the next step on, then give us a call. We can make a real shift in your business. We'll give you a series of tools that'll make you more bulletproof, things that can change your marketing and your sales processes so that customers, again, are seeking you out, wanting to do business with you exclusively compared to others. It works, but you get to test it out. There's money-back guarantee on everything we do. We only do things based on adding real value, and we have raving fan customers, and we'd like you to become one of them. I'll give you 2 quick examples before we go here of the diversity of people we deal with. One of our clients is a large home builder, a $1.5 billion a year building company. They started out with zero and built it up, group of entrepreneurs. We applied our tools and technologies, and we increased their lead response by 16,000% in our first intervention with them. Just knowing how to trigger people to make them want their business. They're spending the same money and getting a 16,000% return, much higher than they ever dreamed of. We've taken chiropractors, and individual chiropractor I'm thinking of right now, we doubled his business in less than 6 months. When I say we, he did it, but our partnership with him got him there. And he's a raving fan customer. So whether you're an army of one or you're a multi-billion-dollar company, we've got some tools that work because they deal with the psychology of what clients and customers need, as well as the processes that you and I have to manage to not only have a business that duplicates its success and is sustainable, but one that's scalable and one that can ultimately give you the payoff that you deserve in the end of having the opportunity, having a whole lot more freedom, having the economic freedom that comes with that process, and having the pride of knowing that what you build is number one in its category, the brand, the leader in that area. So give us a call, and again, you can try our webinar out, or you can call our services and find out about Business Mastery, our immersion program for your team, or some of our audio and video products that can be used to train some of your people in-house as well. Thank you for taking the time, and we look forward to serving you and helping you find those business breakthroughs that take your business to the next level. All the best.